This is La Follia for violin 1. Before I start playing anything, I just want to go over the trill and the grace note. So, to start, you are going to be starting in second position. So, your second finger should be on your third tape. To play an A, you're going to put your third finger on your first tape. The C sharp in measure 2 goes on your second finger tape. And then if you have a C natural, like you do in measure 3, you're going to stretch your first finger back to where your low 2 would normally go. So in measure 3, you will see that you have a very small grace note. It's an E. That's your third finger. You're going to play that and then change quickly to your second finger for the D. When you trill, you will start trilling up to a 3, back and forth, keeping that second finger down, then hold the second finger, and then for the 16th notes, you have a C natural, a low 1, and then a 2. And then you play the 3 for the E half note. After the E half note, you're going to shift and replace that same note with now a second finger. Your third finger for F is just going to be a half step away, so they should be touching. And then the fourth finger for G should be a whole step. So when you're up in third position, second and third finger half step, touching, third finger and fourth finger whole step. So I'm going to play through this whole piece for you. I will stop at each tempo change and set the metronome, and I will tell you what the metronome setting is. Make sure when you have your metronomes that you have the beat set to 3 and not 4 so you can hear that downbeat. And right now I'm going to start right at the beginning at 69. One, 2, 3. Now you rest for 2 full measures, and this is at 80. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1. 2 more measures. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1. Okay, now at D, it's 100. I am going to leave the metronome right out at 80 for a practice tempo, but your goal would be to speed this up to 100. 1 and 2 and 3 and. One and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1 and 2 and 3. All right, now we're at H, Allegro, which should be set at 120, but for right now, we're gonna practice it at 100. 1, 2, 3. just from the beginning with that same theme. 1, 2, 3. And just so you can see that trill measure. So measure 3 or 3 measures after L, kind of in slow motion. If we take the grace note and the trill out, the counting should be 1, 2, 3, and a 1. 1, 2, 3, and a 1. Again, second finger, and you got to make sure you move that first finger back for the 16th notes and then land on the third finger for the half note. 1, 2, 3, and a 1. Once you get the hang of that rhythm in the position, then you can start adding in the grace note. So just a real quick E on the up bow change. Once you get that in rhythm, then you can start adding the trill. The important thing with the trill is that you are doing it within that dotted quarter note, but you want to make sure that you hear the D before you trill and you hear the D at the very end. So just break that measure down, make sure you're practicing the rhythm in position, then adding the grace note, then slowly start adding the trill.